Have you ever stopped and asked yourself a shocking question? What if the food everyone told you was the ultimate muscle saver after 60 is actually not the only answer? What if eggs, the so-called muscle kings, were overrated and there were cheaper, simpler foods sitting in your kitchen that quietly did a better job? Think about that for a second. For years, you've heard, eat eggs for protein, eat eggs for strength, eat eggs for breakfast. But here's the truth that very few people talk about. Your body after 60 doesn't respond the same way it did at 30. Sarcopenia, the slow and steady muscle loss with age, is creeping in while you sleep, while you sit, while you eat the same meals you've trusted for decades. And here's the shocking part. You could be eating eggs every day and still be losing muscle, still be feeling weaker, still wondering why climbing stairs or carrying groceries feels harder. Doesn't that sound unfair? And doesn't that make you curious what you might be missing? That's exactly what today's video is about. Because there are not one, not two, but 7 simple, affordable foods that science shows can actually rebuild your muscles, improve your coordination, and give you back the strength that aging tries to take away. And here's the kicker. They're all cheaper than a dozen eggs, and one of them might even cost less than your morning cup of coffee. No powders, no fancy supplements, no gimmicks. Just real foods with muscle-saving power. If you're over 60 and tired of hearing the same recycled advice, then you've just found your next step. Stay with me, because what I'm about to share could change the way you fuel your body every single day. Let's start with a food most people walk right past in the grocery store. Lentils, tiny little legumes, no flashy marketing, no superfood labels, but absolutely loaded with what your muscles are begging for after 60. One cooked cup gives you 18 grams of plant protein. That's right, 18 grams, and with 0 cholesterol, 0 saturated fat, and none of the heaviness of red meat or greasy foods that weigh you down. But it's not just protein. Lentils are a goldmine of magnesium and folate, nutrients that keep your nerves firing and your muscles coordinated, exactly what you need when balance and reflexes start to slip with age. And here's a micro hook. Lentils aren't only muscle food, they're anti-crash food. The combo of protein and fiber stabilizes blood sugar, which means steady energy all day instead of the roller coaster of carbs and sugar that leave you exhausted by afternoon. Imagine being able to take your evening walk without feeling wiped out. That's what lentils quietly give you. And they're gentle, soft, easy to digest, kind on older stomachs and teeth. No heavy chewing, no complicated prep. Just simmer them in broth, serve with rice or veggies, and you've got a senior-friendly muscle meal for pennies. Think about it. For less than the price of a soda, you can fuel your muscles with something that actively repairs them, fights inflammation, and keeps you steady. Doesn't that sound more powerful than another carton of eggs? And that's only the beginning, because the next food on our list doesn't just build muscle, it protects it overnight while you sleep, hour by hour. Stay with me, because once you hear this, you'll never look at your evening snack the same way again. Now let's talk about a food I call the nighttime shield for seniors. Cottage cheese. Most people think of it as boring, bland, or old-fashioned. But what they don't realize is that cottage cheese contains a very special type of protein called casein. And here's why that matters. Casein is slow digesting. That means instead of rushing through your system in 2 or 3 hours, like eggs or chicken, it keeps releasing amino acids steadily for 6 to 8 hours. Think of it like a drip line of fuel running into your bloodstream all night while you sleep. Mini hook. Imagine lying in bed, your muscles quietly breaking down because they're hungry. But instead of wasting away, they're being fed minute by minute until morning. That's what cottage cheese does. And here's a scientific truth. Sarcopenia doesn't take a break at night. In fact, nighttime is one of the most critical times when your body either repairs or loses muscle. If you go to bed without enough protein, your body breaks down its own tissue for energy. But if you eat half a cup of cottage cheese before bed, you flip that script. Instead of breakdown, you get repair. Instead of weakness, you get strength. Microhook. One small bowl can literally change the way you wake up tomorrow morning. Less stiffness, less soreness, more energy. Cottage cheese is also loaded with calcium for muscle contractions and B vitamins that help convert your dinner into usable energy. And here's a bonus few people know. It contains tryptophan, an amino acid that helps your brain produce serotonin and melatonin. Translation, you sleep better. And when you sleep better, your muscles recover better. You're sharper, stronger, steadier. It's not just food, it's a medicine disguised as a snack. And the best part? No cooking, no hassle. Just open the container, add a few berries or a sprinkle of cinnamon, and you've given your body 8 hours of support for pennies. Now let's move to something you might not expect, peanut butter. Most people think it's for kids, athletes, or bodybuilders, but natural peanut butter is one of the most underrated senior muscle foods out there. Why? Because it's calorie-dense, nutrient-rich, and absolutely perfect for older adults who struggle with appetite. Mini hook. What if just one spoonful could stop you from sliding deeper into muscle loss? That's not exaggeration, that's science. Each tablespoon delivers protein, heart-healthy fats, and about 90 clean calories. That's compact fuel your muscles can use right away. And here's the hidden danger many seniors face: undereating. Most people think they're eating enough, but small appetites and skipped meals quietly push them into calorie deficit. Over time, that deficit feeds sarcopenia. Peanut butter solves that problem in the simplest way. 1 spoon on whole grain toast stirred into oatmeal or even on a banana turns a light snack into a muscle-building mini meal. No complicated recipes, no expensive supplements, just food that works. The healthy fats in peanut butter also play another role, supporting hormone health, including testosterone, which naturally declines with age and is critical for strength and energy. Micro hook. A spoonful of peanut butter at the right time doesn't just fuel your muscles. It fuels the very hormones that keep you strong. That's powerful. Just make sure to buy natural peanut butter, the kind with only peanuts and maybe a little salt. Skip the brands with added sugar or hydrogenated oils. Real peanut butter separates with oil on top. Stir it, eat it, benefit from it. And now, let's look at one of the most convenient, ready-to-go muscle foods in the world, tuna. If you've ever opened a can, you've held a muscle repair kit in your hands. Each can is packed with high-quality complete protein, very little fat, and something older adults desperately need: omega-3 fatty acids. Those omega-3s are natural anti-inflammatories, reducing joint pain, calming stiffness, and directly stimulating muscle protein synthesis. Mini hook, $1, 1 can, 20 grams of protein. No cooking, no cleanup, no excuses. For seniors, tuna is a lifesaver. When appetite is small, energy is low, and cooking feels like too much, tuna is instant fuel. Spread it on whole grain toast with tomato, mix it into lentils, toss it into a salad with beans and olive oil. You've got a balanced meal in minutes. No more skipping dinner, no more going to bed hungry. Tuna fills the gap, and it's affordable. In fact, it's one of the cheapest ways to hit the protein numbers you need to fight sarcopenia. Just one caution: if you eat tuna frequently, go for light tuna instead of albacore to keep mercury levels safe. Mix it with other protein foods through the week, and you'll never worry about variety. Micro hook. Think about it. Next time you reach for something quick and cheap, you could grab junk food that weakens you, or you could grab tuna that literally rebuilds you. The choice is that simple. So far, we've covered lentils, cottage cheese, peanut butter, and tuna. Each one a powerhouse, each one cheaper than eggs, each one proven to fight muscle loss after 60. But we're not done yet, because the next foods might surprise you even more. They don't just support your muscles, they protect your nerves, prevent cramps, and give you long-lasting endurance. And the best part? They might already be sitting in your pantry right now. Stay tuned, because this next group could be the missing key to your daily strength. Now let's move to another food that most people overlook, even though it's sitting right on the shelf waiting to help: black beans. At first glance, they look small, simple, nothing special. But don't let appearances fool you. Inside those glossy little beans is a combination of protein, fiber, and one nutrient older adults desperately need: magnesium. Mini hook. Did you know low magnesium is one of the hidden reasons behind painful leg cramps and muscle weakness in seniors? That's right. Without enough magnesium, your muscles misfire, nerves struggle to send signals, and balance becomes shaky. Black beans quietly fix that problem meal after meal. One cooked cup of black beans provides plant-based protein plus a generous dose of magnesium. And here's where it gets powerful. When you pair black beans with a grain like brown rice or quinoa, you create a complete protein, all 9 essential amino acids your body can't make on its own. Microhook. A bowl of humble beans and rice can rival steak for muscle support without the cholesterol, without the cost. Imagine that. Budget-friendly food that protects your muscles as well as the most expensive cuts of meat. And let's not ignore the affordability. A single bag of dried black beans, costing less than a cup of coffee, can stretch into multiple muscle-supporting meals. Cook a big batch, season how you like, and freeze portions for later. That's strength stored in your freezer, ready whenever you are. Black beans also have a low glycemic index, meaning they won't spike your blood sugar. Instead, they deliver slow, steady energy, reducing inflammation and helping your body recover instead of crash. Friendly hook. Picture this. While processed snacks silently sabotage your muscles, a simple bean stew builds them back up quietly and consistently. Now let's turn to a food almost everyone has in their pantry: oats. At first, oats seem too plain, too ordinary. On their own, they're mostly carbohydrates. But here's the magic. When you combine oats with the right proteins and healthy fats, they transform from a basic breakfast into a muscle-building powerhouse. Mini hook. What if your morning bowl of oats could become your morning medicine? That's not exaggeration. It's nutrition science. Oats give you complex carbs for long-lasting energy. Add a spoonful of natural peanut butter, and suddenly you've got protein and healthy fats working together. Stir in Greek yogurt, and you've boosted leucine, the amino acid that tells your muscles to grow. Mix in cottage cheese, and you've added casein for long, steady repair. Top it off with chia seeds or ground flax for omega-3s, and a few berries for antioxidants. Microhook. In one bowl, you've built a complete recovery meal: carbs, protein, fats, and antioxidants, all for the price of a coffee shop pastry. And let's be clear, seniors often need meals that are easy, gentle, and satisfying without being overwhelming. Oats deliver exactly that. They're soft, easy to chew, easy to digest, and endlessly versatile. Sweet or savory, warm or cold, oats can adapt. And because they stabilize blood sugar, they reduce the mid-morning crashes that so often leave older adults feeling drained. Imagine starting your day not with weakness, but with steady strength that lasts until evening. That's the difference a smart bowl of oats makes. And finally, let's talk about one of the most surprising, most misunderstood muscle foods: sardines. I know, sardines don't sound glamorous. Many people wrinkle their nose at the thought. But here's the micro hook. What if the very food you've been ignoring could be the cheapest insurance for your muscles, your bones, and your joints? That's exactly what sardines are. Sardines are loaded with complete protein, omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin D, calcium, and even collagen. And when you eat them whole, bones and all, you're literally feeding your own bones with the nutrients they need to stay strong. That's priceless after 60, when bone density naturally declines and fracture risk increases. Add in the anti-inflammatory power of omega-3s, and sardines become a triple threat. They protect your joints, feed your muscles, and fortify your bones. And let's not forget convenience. Open a can, and you're ready to go. No long cooking, no complicated prep. Try them on whole grain crackers with a drizzle of olive oil. Toss them into a salad or mash them into a spread with a little lemon. Suddenly, a small, inexpensive can becomes a muscle meal with everything your body needs. Mini hook, less than $2, more nutrients than a whole basket of processed snacks. Why ignore that? So now we've added 3 more heroes to the list. Black beans for magnesium and steady fuel, oats for customizable recovery, and sardines for protein, omega-3s, and bone strength. And here's the bigger picture. Each of these foods is affordable, accessible, and senior-friendly. They don't require complicated recipes, expensive shopping trips, or hours in the kitchen. They require one thing, your choice. And that brings us to the most important part. Because while foods like lentils, cottage cheese, peanut butter, tuna, black beans, oats, and sardines are powerful on their own, the real transformation comes when you combine them into a rhythm, a weekly pattern that feeds your muscles day after day. Stay with me, because in the final part, I'll show you exactly how to rotate these foods, how to make them fit your routine, and how to turn knowledge into lasting strength. Don't miss this, because this is where everything comes together. So let's bring everything together. By now, you've discovered 7 simple foods that fight back against sarcopenia, the slow, quiet muscle loss that affects nearly every adult over 60. Lentils, cottage cheese, peanut butter, tuna, black beans, oats, and sardines. Each one powerful on its own, but unstoppable when used together. And here's the truth. It's not about eating one superfood once in a while. It's about consistency. It's about giving your body the tools it needs day after day, meal after meal, so your muscles never slip into breakdown mode. Mini hook. Muscle loss is not inevitable. Weakness is not your destiny. Strength is a choice you can make tonight, tomorrow, and every week after that. Let me show you how easy it is. Imagine this as your simple weekly rhythm. On Monday, you enjoy a warm bowl of lentil soup with rice at lunch and a small cup of cottage cheese before bed. On Tuesday, you spread natural peanut butter on whole grain toast in the morning and have a can of tuna salad for dinner. On Wednesday, you mix black beans with quinoa for a complete protein lunch, then finish the day with oats stirred with Greek yogurt and berries. On Thursday, you open a can of sardines, drizzle olive oil, and enjoy them with whole grain crackers, while still making time for a spoon of peanut butter when energy dips. On Friday, you rotate back to lentils and oats. On Saturday, tuna and cottage cheese. On Sunday, a mix of beans, oats, and sardines. That's it. No complicated diets, no expensive powders, just a rotation of foods that are cheap, accessible, and effective. Micro hook. Picture this. Just 1 week from now, you notice you don't wake up as stiff. You stand from your chair with less effort. You walk a little faster, a little steadier, and all you changed was what you put on your plate. That's the hidden power of food. It's medicine disguised as everyday meals. And here's another truth. Muscle isn't just about size. It's about independence. Every time you carry groceries without help, climb stairs without gripping the railing, or pick up your grandchild without fear of falling, that's muscle in action. That's freedom. And the foods you choose directly decide whether you lose that freedom or keep it. The next bite you take is either building strength or feeding weakness. There's no neutral choice. Now, I want to address a common fear. Many people over 60 think, it's too late. I've already lost too much. Let me be very clear. It is never too late. Research shows that seniors well into their 70s and 80s can rebuild muscle when they give their body enough protein, healthy fats, and steady fuel. Even small changes, 1 cup of beans, half a cup of cottage cheese, 1 spoon of peanut butter, can shift your body from breakdown to repair. Every step counts, and every day is a new chance. Your body is still listening, still repairing, still waiting for you to give it what it needs. Don't waste that chance. So here's my challenge for you. This week, don't just watch this video and move on. Choose 2 of these foods today. Add them to your meals. Notice how your body feels tomorrow. Then add a 3rd food the next day, and a 4th after that. Build momentum, meal by meal, and in a month, you'll be amazed at the difference. You don't need to do everything at once. You just need to start. And if you're still wondering, let me ask you this. What's more expensive? A bag of beans and a carton of oats, or a hospital bill after a fall? What's harder? Stirring a spoon of peanut butter into your oatmeal, or losing your ability to walk independently? The choice is simple. Food is fuel, food is medicine, food is freedom, and you can claim that freedom with every bite. Now, before we close, let's make this a conversation. I want to know, out of the 7 foods I shared today, which one are you going to try first? Will it be the steady repair of cottage cheese, the anti-cramp power of black beans, the omega-3 punch of sardines, or the simplicity of lentils? Tell me in the comments, because I read every single one, and your story might inspire someone else who's struggling right now. So, if this video helped you, do me a favor. Give it a like, share it with a friend or family member who's over 60 and worried about their strength. And don't forget to subscribe. Because every week, I share science-backed, practical ways to help you stay strong, independent, and full of life. This is not just about living longer, it's about living better. And remember this as you leave. Your muscles may age, but they are not finished. Your body is always trying to rebuild, always trying to heal, always asking for the right support. Give it lentils, give it cottage cheese, give it beans, oats, tuna, peanut butter, sardines. Give it consistency, and it will give you back strength, stability, and confidence you thought you'd lost. Sleep tonight knowing you've already made the choice. You've already taken the first step. And tomorrow, you'll wake up one day stronger.